Turkey declared war on Germany. I can get my alliance with Turkey again. Nice. Egypt declared war on Germany. Oh my god. Germany, the whole world is turning against you. Maybe I should conquer Germany. I need to do something active to, in the long run, stop him from catching up to me. Getting China released was a very good start. This... Oh my god, they just keep coming. Syria declared war on Germany. Oh dear. Getting China released was a good start. Now he's denied all of their resources. And they're not building anything else right now, but they'll get the idea. Eventually, I'll be able to see into them, and if I can get them to ally with me, I can conquer Korea and his Russian holdings with their help.
You got your alliance back with Turkey.
Yep. I think the world really wants Germany to die. The only thing stopping anyone from conquering Germany right now, I think, is military goods. Everybody else is neutered. But I believe that I could stop them if I wanted to. But I don't think it's beneficial to me. Now that I think about it, these wars are the reason why there's no industry goods. If I ended these wars, he would be able to purchase industry goods. There would be a supply of them. So long as these wars are happening, anyone that does not have a supply suffers because of the lack of a supply. So it is technically in my best interest that Europe stays at war as long as possible. Assuming I want to, you know, keep my word, which I do, and give him the 3 years he asked for. I can instead go after other targets and do other things. Oh my god, he is preparing for war. He is militarizing Indochina. He wants a giant fuck you force ready to face me. Holy crap. At least I'm so happy I got Saigon. I'm gonna be honest about that part. I'm very happy that I got Saigon. Let's get rid of any middle tier or micro tier stuff that I got. We don't need any of that crap. Get rid of any of their agriculture that I got. Yep, we can get rid of that. Get rid of any timber mills. You get rid of that. China and the USSR are no longer at war. Let's pay for everything short of a formal alliance because I want to make China my ally and turn China against him. I still think getting China freed was worth the 3 years. He can now build up against me, yes, but now he can't annex or utilize China. Especially if I get these treaties and I get a full alliance. Look how many troops China has. This isn't an excessive amount, but with 10 military production, these are probably leftover Japanese troops. I doubt they're moving through. There's definitely no way. They have a lot of troops, the Chinese, and they can only make more. They've been making more the whole time. That's nuts. They may not have the... Oh, they have industry goods, I'll tell you that much. I don't know how or why, but they have it. They don't make enough oil. They don't have bullets. They're suffering from the same problems as him. Let me know if you guys agree. I think getting China freed and not having to fight every Chinese garrison there was, which is like almost 2 million units, pretty much, was worth it. I think that was definitely worth it. Especially because now, by the time we go to war again, I'll be a lot more capable. He'll be capable too, but he lost a lot of population. He had to annex Taiwan just to start making up for it. Argentina declared war on Germany. I see you're militarizing the hell out of your remaining Indochina, by the way.
Only a few.
Fair enough, though. I didn't say you couldn't. I'm curious, though. You're building like half a dozen land productions. Why did you spread them all out?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering if there was like a strategy to it, because that just costs you more money. So I was curious if there was a reason.
Nope, no reason to the rhyme. I just said, eh. I have no idea, so I just, eh.
Understandable.
Still learning things here and there about this game. Still learning.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like to stack things and use a full hex because every new military complex has a bunch of industrial goods and resources and yada yada. I have some industry goods to spend and I'm still losing money. So I should probably spend it on something that's going to make me money, and that would be oil. Now that I've taken his oil, he's even more reliant on imports. And he's importing from me, let's be honest. China needs oil, they'll import from me. The Soviets are actually You've taken Soviet oil, and yet the Soviets are somehow positive on oil. I don't get that. Oh my god. Well, I just progressed into Cold War era tech. Like, my UI changed for it and everything.
Well, so happy for you.
Thanks, buddy!
So happy. Yay.
I appreciate the support. You must really also, I figure by this point, maybe be considering that maybe wiping out the allies in the Axis might be easier? Huh. Or is that not on the table?
No, I'm beginning to change my mind.
Even with 3 years. I gave you 3 full years. That is like all of today again.
I'm not going to recover from that. There's no way.
I think you could recover. And I think you could become at least as powerful as you were, if not a little bit more. Directly. I'm not including powerful in terms of your colonies, of course, because now China is free. Oh, we have so many things we could potentially research. I don't want this bear cat. I don't care about it. Attack bombers. Whoa, the Sky Raider's stats are amazing. Holy wow, yeah, I'm getting the Sky Raider. Multi-role, a new Corsair. I mean, sure, why not? I'll take it. 2 new Strat bombers. The Super Fortress and the Peacemaker. These are expensive fucking planes. They best be worth it. The Peacemaker can be refueled mid-air. The Super Fortress is a better overall plane. Oh my god, the Peacemaker. What the fuck does it drop? Its attack stats are through the roof. Alright, fuck that shit. I'm going Peacemaker. We're gonna pump out some Peacemakers. Let's go. What about the fucking patrol planes? Do we have anything? Okay, we have some good ASW planes. Holy crap. The Mercator is amazing. Wow. Way better than the Catalina. I gotta get that. Why can I use a Super Fortress as a patrol plane? God, no, please. Let's get rid of literally all these other patrol planes. I don't care about them. There's more transport popping up. Stratofreighter. There's a Super Fort tanker, which can be used for mid-air refueling. I think I'm definitely going to get that tanker. There's a transport helicopter. 2. They can't really defend themselves, but they can move stuff. I'll get the H-16. I'll definitely go for that Stratofreighter. It's fucking amazing. New escort ship we can research. The Dealy. Let's get that. New air launches as well. Let's get that. A 20 kiloton nuclear bomb. Let's get that. We just broke into the Cold War, which means we've unlocked more tech than we can even research, even with this new research center that I picked up. He's not making any new research centers. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one of them he got from the Soviet Union. I have 15. His military production isn't even building because he doesn't have the materials to make it. And he's barely making any more industrial goods. I don't really know what he's doing. Oh, it looks like he's busy making all this oil. Agriculture. About all he can make, I guess. Looks like he's still focusing on Russia. Still focusing on acquiring that oil. By the looks of it, yeah, the oil. During the time period where I know that you are a PvP antagonist, I decided I'm not going to intervene in Europe at all. With the war in Europe going on, I'm realizing those wars are draining the goods and resources of the world. Meaning anyone that relies on buying them, like you, can't build anything. You can, it would just take you a long time. I'm not held back by that because I have a surplus that's bigger than any other country's maximum production. Alright, I need more money makers. I have some production available. Let's build some oil. Because oil, we're selling oil for good prices, but our usage of oil also went up. I'm going to focus on money right now because money is what I need. Make sure I don't go into Canadian loyalty while placing this stuff though. 28 more oil. God, I got like 70-ish from taking over the parts of Indochina that I took. Alright, that's pushing into my total limit here of industrial goods, but the oil selling will be good. Yeah, for the past few years, I haven't actually been selling industrial goods or military goods or anything. I've only been using them for myself. That's why my money has gone down so much. Because I have an excess that I'm not sharing, and I put too much money into it. The one thing I have been selling the whole world needs is oil.
Yeah, I can't even build anything. I'm completely out of supplies everywhere.
Yeah, what I had to do was, basically I only made what I could without pushing my industry goods limits. And if I needed more industry goods to pull off something faster, I stopped building everything else for a little while, and I started making exclusively industrial goods. It was 4 to 5 straight years of that. Let's get what treaties we can with Uyghur and with Tibet, because it's not a threat anymore. I don't have to worry about him. I'll have to worry about him with Mongolia. Nobody's really happy with me because I was warmongering over here, but for now, just Mongolia anyway. I'm not sure, but I feel like the Soviets are making progress against the Germans. Like slow but steady progress. I feel like they've taken some towns. And I feel like the Germans have only been losing things recently.
Yeah, just like in real life.
Although, you know, they already lost by this point, but that's what happens when America doesn't subsidize everybody. I think Germany is infringing Switzerland's airspace. They are. I'm surprised they're not at war yet. Oh, great. Industry goods have finally become an opportunity good for me. Did you know you're the second highest producer of industry goods in the whole world?
And yet I'm producing virtually none.
But you're producing more than everybody but me. And I'm producing 5 times what you're producing. You're also the second highest consumer, but of course, because you can only consume what you have. Can you imagine if I stopped selling oil? You wouldn't even be able to make industry goods. I could turn off the whole world in the push of a button.
Yeah, you could. There's no argument on that one.
By the way, I see that you, I know that you didn't put them there after, but you still have some units that are stuck in China. You should be able to just run them out into Korea.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. You should be able to you should be able to fill up on their supply, I believe. I don't think they'll fight you. No, they won't fight you while you're trying to leave. The game acknowledges when someone is leaving a country where they don't belong. So you can get your units out of there for sure. And the USSR and the UK are no longer fighting. Not that they ever really probably did much fighting, but hey. I love how the Turkish actually sent units to Hamburg and claimed some of Germany's land. China still has the biggest deployed military. They're not even at war. It's just like garrisons, too. It's not like they have a super powerful military. New infantry, I can research the M75. This would be like an upgraded half-track, probably. I mean, it's a Cold War infantry. I'll go for it. I'll take fucking anything that I can at this point. Probably won't research the M10, despite it still being fairly modern. But as we go forward, I will start researching the motorized and mechanized versions of things because, well, I can afford to now. Ooh, I can have a supply truck that has combat value. It's more expensive. Also holds more supply. Well, you can bet your ass I'm researching that. I wish I could just tell the whole world, stop sending me trade requests. The whole world, all of them. In one button press.
Buy your stuff.
I don't want to sell you guys shit. I think we're going to see a point not too long from now where agriculture is going to become short as well, and timber. I think the amount of scarce goods are going to continue to increase the longer the war in Europe is raging. I think coal and metal ore are fine though. Let's shut down more ore facilities. Let's bring that down to 30. I'll leave coal alone for right now. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I have nukes.
Oh, good to know.
Did I mention that? I didn't mention that, did I?
No, I don't think you
Okay, well, I just want to tell you that I have the ability to launch nukes. I also would like to tell you that I now have a permanent air base in Asia. I just want to let you know that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Apparently my tech is now rank 3. Did you know that? Only rank 3. How is Croatia still alive? I demand a fucking answer. Their capital isn't even connected to the rest of their country. It's completely surrounded.
So is the only way to build nukes is to have missile designs?
Yes, nukes come in missile designs. They come as air launch, land launch, silo launch, all of it. I could colonize all the European powers. There could be purpose in actually ending the war in Europe, because I could use the colonies to help me, to fuel me, and all that other jazz. A beneficial result, but even just letting them stay at war is a beneficial result. It's really hard to decide. I wonder, because I weighed the pros and the cons of ending the war that I believed that I might have been able to just win flat out for releasing China, and I'm curious to see if the viewers will agree that it was worth it, or if they'll just be like, nah, you should have just gone for the win.
You should have wiped them out.
Yeah, kill that nuke.
They'll tell me, why did you let go of China? You should have kept it. You
I know, right? I think both of us made some probably unoptimal decisions in terms of, like, reaching a resolution of the playthrough sooner, certainly. Like, you shouldn't have given up China, and I shouldn't have ended it for China, probably. But maybe I'm wrong. It's hard to think about military hypotheticals. Literally, I'm about to not have enough agriculture. China makes more agriculture than I do. What the hell? Doesn't take much money or industry goods to just plop down like a fuck ton of agriculture either. And I can build it like on already hexes that already have stuff on it. I don't want to build it on places that have like towns and such if I do go about building. But definitely the amount of agriculture that I can harvest naturally is soon not going to be able to keep up with my demand. The demand's going up, and unless I raise the prices, it's going to keep going up. The same can be said about timber. There's going to be a timber problem as well, even though we have so much. I've been taking over a lot of land, theoretically, that doesn't have a lot of resources. My population is just growing really, really rapidly. That's really the main thing. I can start building some of this crap, because both of these things are just so cheap. But as of right now, the main thing I want is money, and I will get that from oil. Well, I'll get that from agriculture, too, and timber. Actually, their prices are kind of leveling out. It's not as profitable to sell either of those as it used to be. Your money looks like it's doing worse.
Because it is.
Because you're building so much. Oh, my God. Hey, by the way, I just wanted to say thank you for developing the rest of Indochina for me.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I knew you were going to take it. I would have invited you sooner.
And just for clarity, all jokes. If my jokes bother you, just tell me.
No, they don't.
I'm just fucking around. I know some players of games.
I know they get really, like,
yeah.
I'm not like that. I love comedy.
Okay, good.
I know some people get really, really into it, but that's the thing. It's a game.
Yeah, it's a game. Population stats, behind China and India, British India, I have the most population. Well ahead of the USSR, which is the next person after you. You're almost tied with Germany, actually. Man, there's a lot of partisan units being formed. I think Germany has lost. They're not funding anything. The UK is blatantly committing air raids into their territory with no reprisal. They're at war with 17 different countries and winning none of them. You could say some of the Balkan ones, but generally speaking, they're starting to get eaten from all sides. Now I'm going to ally with the enemy of someone that I allied with during the war. That makes 43. Oh hey, all this other production I had the Philippines make is done, but they're having trouble, naturally, funding it. But I'm having trouble funding anything. Let's keep getting some more oil. There you go. There's a whole nother patch of oil. I'm planting so much oil and growing it like a plant. It's great. Now that I'm in the Cold War, I'm getting a lot of texts that increase social ratings, and my social ratings are getting higher and higher and higher. My inflation's still going up, so that's good. My money is currently holding. I do need to give the Philippines some money or they're going to run out, though. The fact that they finished all their military production means that they'll be even more useful in the next war. So I have to keep them funded. And keep throwing shit at them. Give them fucking, like, every design that I could give them that appears to be any good. Oh, I have a question. I was really curious. So your invasion of the Philippines, I assume you thought of that because historically that's what Japan did, right?
Yeah.
Did you think that I militarized them? Did you ever notice that?
No.
Yeah, I was wondering if you did, actually. I didn't know if you were checking for that information. And then, so you thought you were just going to, like, curb stomp them, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
At what point?
Maybe as a distraction. That's what I was going for.
At what point did you decide to give up on the Philippines and go for Indochina?
When they started kicking my ass out.
Ha! I know exactly when they started kicking you out. Did you notice what point that was?
No, because my attention went elsewhere.
You started getting your ass kicked everywhere. The moment you ran out of military goods. Because you ran out of ammo. And especially on the Philippines, there was nothing you could do because you were surrounded there. I need to make China like me more. I want to ally them. And, you know, pretty much everyone around them. So I can really Pincer down on him. He can barely make anything. He's trying to make so much, but he doesn't have the goods to make it. Rather than canceling stuff, he's just waiting. And he's not increasing his overall production of industrial goods. He's moreover just kind of like accepting that this is how things are. So all of his new military production isn't being made. I have a question because I suspect something's happening right now. Are you actually able right now to really make any new military units?
Not really.
Because I'm realizing, I'm looking at how many of your productions have stalled out, and I'm realizing if you can't even build those, and you have no military goods, like that war erased your supply of them, like, are you even making any units?
I am, but they're taking forever to freaking complete.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you pretty much killed me, and I would say you actually won just by taking that spot.
Just that little spot. I took a little tiny spot.
To my whole empire.
You are Japan. You have Korea. You annexed Taiwan. You've conquered Vietnam, and you have little bits of Laos and Cambodia remaining as well. You've conquered a swath of Russia. Like, you've accomplished so much. But just because of a very short war over a very little part of your empire, I have somehow completely killed your capacity to, without great economic renovation, build anything. I did not realize that. Well, I mean, if you want to surrender, let me know.
I'm actually considering, because I don't think there's anything I can do now at this point.
I think you could, and for the sake of fair play, I'm going to tell you.
What?
You are building so many things right now that just simply cannot build because you do not have the goods. I am hoarding industry goods and using them for myself. Therefore, all you need to do, you need to scale back. All this military production that you're trying to make, you need to cancel all of it because you can't make it. You don't have the goods to do so. All the resources and stuff you're trying to make, you need to stop making so many of them. You need to make them slower. You need to work piecemeal. Increase a little bit of this resource you need here. Increase a little bit of this good that you need here, rather than making such sweeping amounts of production. Because that's what I did. I was having the same problem that you're having. And over 4 years in game, I turned into this. I went from not being able to sustain a war with Canada without losing like a seventh of my military to being able to destroy you fully, probably China included. So you need to scale back, cancel some productions is what I would say, because that's what I did. And I know that it works. And you need to tackle the things that you need most. But while doing it, you need to take into account, what is there a supply of in the world? What can I buy from the market? For example, you don't need to be making so much rubber like you are. Rubber is abundant in the world. The amount of rubber in the world has not changed from before that war, because I'm just making it now. And there was already an excess of rubber in the world. The market was already saturated. There was too much rubber. So, for example, you don't need to make rubber. It takes too many industry goods. You do not need to make it. You might need oil. I'll give you that. But you might want to control how much you're making. In addition, you can go to your cabinet priorities in your trade tab, and you can check, where is it? Increase domestic prices, or lock off his control and start increasing domestic prices yourself of goods that you need more of. Because, for example, like if you need more oil, you can increase the domestic price of it so that your population cannot afford it. If your population cannot afford oil, you have more of it. Your population won't be as happy, but you're a dictatorship. Who the fuck cares what your population thinks? And then you can use that oil to, you know, make more stuff. And I don't know what your situation with like consumer goods is, but like that takes industry goods and oil as well. Look at what resources need what. Increase the price internally of things you need to get more of them. Use that to build more of what you need, but go specifically. Do not stretch your actual usage of industry goods from your production unless you have a reserve that can cover it. Go bit by bit, piecemeal by piecemeal, rather than trying to just set everything up all at once and wait for it to finish, because then it's going to take forever. If you do these things, I think you could actually at least end up as powerful as anybody in Europe would be if their war ended right now and they got the next 3 years to build up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those are my suggestions. Those are how I'd say you could turn it around. You could still surrender if you want. You're in no place to take over the Axis and the Allies. And as of right now, I've allied with most of the Allies. I don't care to invade the Axis because it's keeping you in this position. All I see that I have to do is wait a few years. It's almost a full year has passed already. I just have to wait 2 more years. And because you can't produce anything, I'm pretty confident I could take over the rest of your land. I'm pretty confident that I could invade your mainland and there'd be little you could do. But if you want to put up a fight, those are the things that I'd recommend you do. Because those are what I did.
Well, as much as that sounds like a plan, I'm gonna, yeah. I
surrender?
At that point, yeah, I'm done.
You give up?
I lost Thailand and Siam, and that's it.
Oh yeah, it's the craziest. All you've lost is Thailand. That's all you've lost.
That's all it took.
That's all it took. And now you're just internally ravaged and you don't now you don't even feel like you could do anything. That's crazy. Such a little thing. I guess morale's a hell of a drug, huh? Well, shit. So that's it?
All right, sir. I surrender to you. You win.
Okay. Wow. Well, thank you for the fun fight. Thank you for putting up that fight that you did. Thank you for humoring the roleplay interaction there. I very much look forward to us being able to do that in the Cold War and other scenarios as well. Especially the Cold War. I want to see us each play each superpower in the Cold War. I think that would be so much fun. That was really cool. Even though most of this wasn't PvP, it was interesting. It had an interesting build-up. The war in Europe made very interesting situations happen. It progressed very interestingly. The strategies that were used were definitely interesting. I've learned a little bit more about World War II for next time we play it. I think you've learned a lot about just the game in general. And yeah.
See, what hurt me is that I was actually, well, not fully on supporting Germany, but I gave them about like 80,000 tons of fucking military goods.
Oh, you did? Really?
That really fucking, that killed me. I didn't think anybody was going to attack. I'm like, but see, if I would have saved that in addition to what I would have had, I would have had plenty of ammo to fight you off.
You would have had plenty of ammo, and if you had that extra amount, I 100% think that you could have conquered the Philippines. Rest in peace, the 4 ships that will never escape your territorial waters. The Salt Lake City, the Dewey, the Smith-Thompson, and the Gillis.
Alright, well, speaking of waters, I gotta get some water.
Oh, dude, I haven't had water for like 5 hours. I was too entertained by everything that was happening. I was like, I'll get it later. I'll get it later.